So I ended up calling 911, a medical bill from Fairview, and lo and behold, it was $3,500.
You
Which is um when I came to the US, I started my period, and so I just assumed that I'm having like the worst cramps in the world because the walls of my stomach were like pounding. I was tossing and turning in my sleep. I was just clutching my gut in pain. It was really bad. Like I had bad, bad, bad stomach pain. But because I was on my period, I assumed that these are just very bad cramps. They were not cramps. Then a few days later, when I was done and I still had bad pain, abdominal pain, I thought to myself, these are not cramps. There is something really seriously wrong. And obviously, because I let this situation just marinate and sit, it had gotten progressively worse. So the pain had gotten significantly worse. I was feeling a lot worse. I wasn't able to walk. I was beginning to lose my appetite to the point where I stopped eating entirely because I would just completely regurgitate everything I ate. One night where it got so bad was actually when I was on a video call with Ranveer alongside Yash. And we were talking, and towards the end of the video call, I just had the worst pain in the world, and I was like, okay, I have to go. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it was right in front of me. He was just roaming, running around, and I'm having stomach pains. I'm having stomach pains. I
Yeah,
was
no,
pretty confused. I thought it just happened because she didn't eat much. I wasn't aware of the situation.
neither was I, to be fair. And so I was just like in horrid pain, confused, very scared, and my natural instinct is to be like, my organs are failing or something of the sort. So I did not know what was going on, but I had an inkling thinking that, oh, maybe it could be this or that, but I didn't pay too much attention. That night I ended up puking 3 times, maybe more. I ended up puking a lot and I hadn't even eaten, so that's how I knew the situation was really out of hand. And this pain had been going on for a few days. So that very morning, when I decided, okay, I can't even go to class, and I was rotting in bed, I realized this is too much. So I ended up calling 911, who then, by the way, 911 in the US, it's amazing. I had to make one phone call. They asked for minimal information. It was approximately 45 seconds. And 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes later, they were at my door. And so there was a team of paramedics. They did basic checkups. They took my blood pressure, heart rate, blah blah. And one of the paramedics, who seemed to be a seasoned kidney stone haver, um, took a look at me and was like, "The way you're presenting, you have a kidney stone." And I thought at first he was enjoying the fact that I had a kidney stone just so that he can look like this cool movie character and be like, "Yeah, you have a kidney stone." But then as I spoke to him, he asked me more questions where he was like, "Oh, do you have family history with kidney stone?" And sure enough, my mom had been operated for a kidney stone not even a month ago. So it kind of made sense. It was full circle, but at the same time, it didn't help at all because that just means that I have something bigger to deal with. And then he
I
said,
mean,
yeah.
does the family history translate to your another person in the family having a kidney stone?
I don't think it has anything to do with the genetics necessarily, but I think he asked because maybe it's because it's in my immediate family. Our bodies tend to have similar tendencies and propensities. So if your mom, suppose, is sensitive to a certain thing, likelihood is because you are very closely related to them, you might have a tendency to sensitivity to the same thing. That's just a postulation. It's not actually a medical basis for diagnosis, I assume. But he seemed to be very seasoned in this genre of medical catastrophes. So he was just,
His moment hadn't come finally.
Yeah, I felt like, I mean, he kind of leaned on my door and was like, "Yeah, you have a kidney stone." And I was like, how do I help the pain? He's like, "Oh, it gets worse." And I'm like, sure enough.
That helps.
And well, yeah, but no, they were really nice. They were very calm. They helped me understand the procedures very well. They told me what were my options, and I understood. And the team was incredible. That was awesome. Shout out to whoever they were. I don't know their names, but yeah, that was great. And then I busted my ass. I hauled my ass to East Bank, the emergency care, and straight away they took a look at.
Before going further, you said the paramedics showed up to your door. So that must be your room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was your roommate's reaction? Oh,
So
what
my
happened?
roommate was not there. So
She wasn't.
yeah, no. So basically, my roommate had gone home for the weekend because that's what usually people do, and it was a weekend. And that it was like a Friday or Saturday morning. I'm not sure, but I think it was a Friday morning, maybe not. Anyway, my roommate was not there, and she had gone home. So I was all alone, which was nice. I guess she didn't have to deal with that, and also because I was just like belching in pain all night, and nobody wants to deal with that. But
Okay,
um,
then I'll extend the same question to you. How did you feel all alone in US? Of course, you guys had, yeah, if you know each other, friends there, but still no family, and you find out that you have a kidney stone.
yeah, no, it was exactly as it sounds, as you bluntly you put it. It was abrasive. It was overwhelming. It was scary because there was just my mind was just rushed with thoughts. A, because when you are dealing with something medical, that that's always a scary territory. Like you don't know what's going on in your body. That in and of itself was extremely terrifying. But then on top of that, breaking it to my parents who were completely just taken aback by this news and were distressed back home 18 hours away from me in a different time zone. On top of that, I had to do all of these procedures. I was in a unsurmountable pain. And so I actually had like I broke down crying in the ER because I was like, this is not fun. This is not what my third or second week in the US should look like or whatever. But I it eventually got better once I was on medication and things like that. But yeah, it was not fun. It was extremely distressing. Well, so what a funny thing. I began working in the US, and every so often you check your mail. So naturally, I strutted up to the mailroom and was like, "What's in there for me?" I look, and there's three envelopes, right? And I am like, "Okay, what the hell is going on?" So one of them says Fairview. Right next to that was a medical bill from Fairview. And lo and behold, it was $3,500.
Wait,
Which is
wait, I thought it was $7,000.